Attention anime fans, there's nothing more exciting than a good old fight. And who can resist those fast-paced battles and the amazing skills of the animators? Today I'm bringing to you the top 20 hand-to-hand combat moments in anime. Get ready for some jaw-dropping fights and intense showdowns that have kept fans glued to their seats. Let's start things off in the crazy world of Psycho Pass. Episode 16 gives us a mind-blowing psychological thriller when Kogami takes on the crafty mastermind Makishima. This battle is pure mind games. They're not just throwing punches, but also trading deep philosophical ideas. It's like a battle of wits with fists flying. So in their intense battle, Kogami lands powerful blows on Makishima, driven by anger and frustration. But Makishima's unyielding belief in his ideals keeps him going, and despite Kogami's efforts, he manages to escape, leaving Kogami grappling with feelings of failure and the fight against the corrupt system. But hey, don't let that go through you, because the animation and choreography during their battle were top notch. They really bring out the raw emotions of these characters. The way they fight is intense and you can't take your eyes off the screen for a second. It's thrilling, suspenseful, and keeps you on the edge of your toes. No wonder it's one of those memorable moments in the whole Psycho Pass series. For all the praise the Fate series has gotten for its animation and soundtrack, one entry that often gets overlooked is Apocrypha. Most people know Apocrypha for Mordred, Jean, and Astolfo, but it also gave us one of the best hand-to-hand battle scenes in the franchise. Given how the franchise prides itself on historical figures and their otherworldly noble phantasms, you'd be surprised to see a straight-up hand-to-hand battle like this. But it did happen. Two fighters in their decisive battle gave us one of the best sequences in Fate Apocrypha. With each impactful blow, the viewers get sucked into a very immersive and visually impressive fight. Their final fight's the well-deserved payoff for Achilles' journey in overcoming his personal obstacle. Hey, it may not be a ufotable show, but Fate Apocrypha is an often overlooked gem that deserves more love. Moving on, we have My Hero Academia All Might vs Nomu. Ah yes, My Hero Academia, the Season 1 finale was a great one. We got to witness the epic showdown between All Might and Nomu, and it was mind-blowing. In their intense battle, Nomu's incredible strength and multiple quirks makes him a tough nut to crack. Although All Might's power is declining, his unwavering determination prevails. The clash of titanic blows creates shockwaves, leaving everyone stunned. In the end, All Might delivers his plus ultra punch that sends Nomu flying. All Might really showed us why he's the world's mightiest hero. He didn't back down, not even for a second. He went all out, putting everything on the line to take down Nomu and protect everyone. It was a breathtaking display of heroism and raw power. I gotta admit though, that fight had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. All Might's sheer determination and never give up attitude was something else. We have to talk about this epic fight between Gon and Hisoka in Hunter x Hunter. So this showdown goes down during the Heaven's Arena arc when Gon's all pumped up to take on Hisoka, who's been a real pain in the butt throughout his adventures. Gon's on a mission to show everyone, especially Hisoka, that he's a force to be reckoned with. Gon's determination is set on earning Hisoka's respect no matter what it takes, and this fight is a roller coaster of thrills and excitement. Gon brings his game, relying on his natural talent and instincts. He's quick, agile, and super resourceful, using every trick in the book to outsmart Hisoka and his deadly moves. But don't estimate Hisoka either. That guy is a master tactician, super calculated and full of surprises. He loves messing with Gon's head, setting traps left and right to gain the upper hand. But just when we thought the fight was almost over, Gon pulled off this crazy move, unleashing his hidden Nen power like a boss. The clash of their abilities and personalities makes this fight intense and emotionally charged. This battle is pure awesomeness, and if you haven't seen it yet, then you are missing out big time. On to our next one. Let's talk about the epic Vizel Fighting Festival arc from Seven Deadly Sins. Remember that mind-blowing slugfest between Immortal Ban and the 7 Deadly Sins captain Meliodas? That fight was nothing but an insane display of their strength. As the battle goes on, we get to see their unique personalities in action. Ban's all cheeky and carefree, while Meliodas stays calm and composed. It's like a clash of the titans, and it's entertaining to watch. The fight between Meliodas and Ban is no doubt insane. They're going at it like crazy, with Meliodas using his full counter to send Ban's attacks back at him even harder. But Ban got it good with his immortality and snatch ability, stealing powers left and right and making himself a powerhouse while leaving his opponents weakened. But guess what? Meliodas pulls off a surprising win. Turns out there's this mysterious mark on his forehead that was tested for a fraction of a second, and it totally tips the scales in his favor. You won't believe the secrets this mark holds, but you've got to keep watching to find out in the later seasons. The animation certainly brings out the intensity, showing off the sheer destructive power with every attack. An oldie but a goldie. We have Hajime no Ippo versus Sawamura. You can't talk about epic hand-to-hand combat without mentioning the legendary boxing anime Hajime no Ippo. The fight between Sawamura and Ippo is next level intense. For me, Sawamura is hands down one of Ippo's toughest opponents throughout the whole anime. This fight is the peak of Sawamura's storyline, making it even more awesome when you look at it in that context. Hajime no Ippo keeps bringing the heat with its epic fights, and this one is no exception. Ippo's facing off against the craziest counterpuncher ever, and he's a real psycho. Ippo's unbeatable spirit and support from his coach and friends give him the upper hand, but hey, let's not forget how Sawamura tried to pull out some shady moves. It's no problem, Ippo's a pro at dodging that foul play and lands a killer final blow to claim the victory. The fight is long and packed with jaw-dropping twists and moments, making it one of the best showdowns in the entire series. You've got to see it to believe it. Hajime no Ippo totally rocks the hand-to-hand combat scene when it comes to anime fights. It's one of the kings in this department, and that's without a doubt. Moving on, we have Akudama Drive, Brawler vs Executioner. The Brawler vs Executioner showdown was so unexpected, but it turned out to be one hell of an epic clash that got everyone hyped. Akudama Drive took its sweet time to catch on, but once it got rolling, it delivered a badass vibe. The show set the mood just right from the start, but it took some time to hit its peak and become the talk of the town. Once it did though, the fan following exploded thanks to all that high stakes drama and jaw-dropping battles it brought to the table. And that Brawler vs Executioner fight, it was one of the best. Both of them were ready to go all out, risking everything for that knockout finish. Even though the Brawler got hurt in their earlier scuffle, he still gave it his all and delivered a killer final punch, just like his opponent. They actually managed to take each other down in the end. The animators captured all that intense action that made Akudama Drive so famous. It was an all-out war showcasing the brutal and unforgiving world of Akudama Drive, where strength and survival instincts are everything. Vivi vs Yugo is next on our list. Vivi had some serious momentum right from the start, and no wonder it's connected to the beloved ReZero author. The guy is a fan favourite, so you know it's going to be good. It's a bit of a wild ride diving into sci-fi territory, but hey, it totally works out in the end. And when it comes to the fights, they sure are something else. The themes, the quality, and the pacing, everything is on point. The series is incredibly impressive, and just picture blending that exceptional quality with some high-speed action. Yugo and Vivi engage in thrilling hand-to-hand combat, and the intensity is off the charts. However, Yugo ultimately gets defeated by the damage he's taken, and in his final moments, Yugo shares a heartfelt monologue with Vivi before passing away. The fight is packed with so much emotion, and it really tugs at your heartstring. It's why it's a gift to all anime fans. The combat is mind-blowing, the animation is crisp and clean, and the music and atmosphere just perfect. And here we are, we're finally halfway through our list. And there are still more great anime that'll blow your mind with their hand-to-hand combat. But first things first, make sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Well, Gintama makes it onto our list, and it's truly something special. It's an anime that's famous for its hilarious comedy, heartwarming stories, bunch of awesome characters. Now, there are plenty of fights in the series, but one that really stands out in hand-to-hand combat is the Gamui vs Hosen showdown. The brawl between Gamui and Hosen was nuts. They were lightning fast, dodging each other's attacks and throwing down some serious strikes. Gamui's got this wicked sadistic style, keeping Hosen on his toes with brutal close range and long range moves. But in the end, neither could take the other down, and they just ended up having mutual respect for each other. It's so cool that Gintama knows how to balance the serious stuff with the humor, so in the midst of this intense battle, you'll find witty banter and hilarious moments that lighten the mood. It's that signature Gintama humor that we all love. This anime is a true genre-defying masterpiece. The Gamui vs Hosen fight is just one example of why Gintama rocks and why fans all over the world adore it. Alright, here comes an anime that's got everyone hyped. The Fog Hill of 5 Elements, Schwan vs Assassin. The Fog Hill of 5 Elements season was already a total banger, and now season 2's here to keep us thirsty for more. Yep, they're spoiling us with another dose of stunning art, story and animation. It's a visual feast. But let's talk about the fights. Season 2 just dropped and it's a combat extravaganza. Schwan gets into an epic showdown with an assassin and wow, it's like something out of a sci-fi movie. The fight is intense, every punch and kick packs a serious punch. Gotta admit, the assassin's fan as a weapon was pretty awesome too, but Schwan takes it to a whole new level with this mind-blowing fire element attack. It's like the firepower is off the charts, totally overwhelming the assassin and scoring the win in the end. I can't even express how awesome it looks. The fluidity of the animation is top-notch and you can feel the force behind each blow. It's like wow times 100. I could talk about this fight all day. That's how good it is. Major props to the animators. They really outdid themselves on this one. It's a visual masterpiece with action-packed goodness. So don't sleep on this one. You gotta see it to believe it. Next, you know what's coming? Edward versus Greed in Full Metal Alchemist. But which one are we talking about? We're talking about the original Full Metal Alchemist. And this battle is next level. Edward and Greed go all out, trading some serious blows and showing off their cool abilities. Edward gets all creative, using earth balls and sneaky attacks, while Greed's got this crazy strong shield and lightning fast moves to counter. The fight keeps getting more intense, with Edward trying to figure out how to crack Greed's defense, pushing Edward to his limits. But then, Greed goes all invulnerable with his ultimate shield form. Edward isn't backing down. He's super sharp and finds a weak spot, landing a devastating final attack that takes Greed down. It sucks you right into the world of Full Metal Alchemist. This fight between Edward Elric and Greed is a shining example of why this anime is so brilliant. It's deep, it's emotional, and it captures all the complexities of human nature and the tough moral dilemmas faced by the characters. If you haven't watched it yet, you really are missing out on a true gem. Moving on, of course, this wouldn't be a complete video without mentioning the god of high school, especially the fight between Jinmori and Han Davey. The fights are out of this world, so fast-paced and mind-blowing, but out of all the fights, one really stood out. It was the brawl between Jinmori and Han Davey. They were just throwing rapid-fire strikes at each other, showing off their awesome martial arts moves. Jinmori's taekwondo was all about those crazy kicks and punches, while Han Davey's style was all precision. And things got even crazier when they unleashed their final blows. Jinmori with the Jinmori original Blue Dragon kick, and Han Davey with Reverse as Your Dragon. They were throwing powerful punches and kicks, but in the end, Jinmori's sheer strength made him the winner. He landed a decisive blow, knocking Han Davey down and taking the crown. It's a turning point in their character arcs, and it's exciting to watch too. This anime has all the action, a compelling story, and a diverse range of characters. God of High School just keeps on captivating audience with its stunning animation and epic battles. Okay, let's pick up this mind-blowing showdown in Cowboy Bebop, the movie between Spike and Vincent. This neo-noir masterpiece takes the cake with a battle that's pure artistry and emotion. The combat kicks off with lightning-fast moves from Spike and Vincent. They're throwing all kinds of kicks, punches, and crazy acrobatic moves. Spike's like a tough nut to crack. He just won't give up, even when Vincent's packing some serious power. But Spike's got more than brawn. He uses his wit and skill to disarm Vincent, setting up a badass showdown where he brings all his strength to take down the psycho bio-terrorist and stop the disaster from happening. It felt like you could feel the intensity in every strike they made, showing off their incredible skills. But here's the real deal. The animation is on a whole other level. It's not your average fight sequence. They mix in some artful transitions and visual symbolism, making it feel like you're watching a work of art in action. The choreography flows so smoothly between hand-to-hand combat and gunplay, it's like watching a cinematic masterpiece unfold. On to our next one, it's the Dragon Ball series, Gogeta vs Broly. It takes us on an exhilarating journey through new realms of power and adventure. As one of the most highly anticipated battles in the franchise, the showdown between Gogeta and Broly stands as an epic highlight that leaves an indelible mark on our memories. In the epic showdown, Gogeta and Broly go all out, trading lightning-fast punches and kicks that shake the whole battlefield. Gogeta's got this smooth and fluid combat style, and he's like a master at countering Broly's attacks. But Broly ain't holding back either, showing off his crazy raw power with non-stop assaults that really put Gogeta's endurance to the test. Then things get even better when Broly goes all legendary Super Saiyan, but Gogeta fuses his Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken, and it's like an explosion of energy and power. Despite Broly's relentless fury, Gogeta's key manipulation skills let him outmaneuver him, and he delivers this epic final blow that ends the fight in the most jaw-dropping way. The choreography during this battle was a masterpiece, showcasing the seamless fusion of Goku and Vegeta's moves into a dazzling display of martial arts prowess. The conclusion of the battle leaves a profound impact on both characters and the fans. The fusion of Goku and Vegeta into Gogeta and Broly's transformation into a Super Saiyan achieve a level of power previously unseen in the Dragon Ball franchise. This fight remains etched in the annals of Dragon Ball history as a definitive moment that continues to resonate with fans worldwide. Next up, let's talk about the epic showdown in One Punch Man, Saitama vs Boros. Saitama, the strongest dude around, takes on Boros, the dominator of the universe. It's like an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. In their intense battle, Boros throws some serious energy blasts, but Saitama just zooms around, dodging them like a boss with his crazy speed. Saitama's all about raw power and devastating punches, while Boros comes back with quick moves and regenerative tricks. But what's really wild was when Saitama finally takes the fight seriously and busts out his serious punch, and Boros' regenerative powers, they go down the drain. So, after all that craziness, Boros finally throws in the towel and admits that Saitama's the real deal, the ultimate warrior. That concluding brawl in One Punch Man was totally epic. It's like a visual masterpiece showing off Saitama's insane strength and Boros' killer skills. Even though Boros gave it his all to challenge Saitama, he finally gets it, and there's just no beating the unrivaled power of the One Punch Man. Now we have another classic, Luffy vs Lucci in One Piece. In addition to the emotional context and the weight of the fight, I'd say that the battle against Lucci is one of Luffy's fights that is all about his raw power. For a lot of fights, Luffy receives help in true shonen fashion, whether it be surviving Crocodile's initial assaults through luck or Law helping out against Doflamingo and others. However, this battle against Lucci's a good old physical brawl that, barring some motivations from Usopp, basically is a battle that Luffy won through effort. Not a lot of plot-related devices going on around to help Luffy secure the win, and we're treated to a nice little slugfest that features the two combatants answering each other with blazingly hard punches and physical feats. Let's move on to the action-packed anime Hitori no Shita, Oya vs. the Masked Outcast. This intense battle between Oya and the mysterious masked outcast is a total thrill ride. When the brawl starts, Oya goes all out, showing off his badass martial arts skills with fast kicks and precise punches straight out of traditional Chinese martial arts. But hey, the masked outcasts ain't no slouches either. They come back at him with their elemental powers, trying to mess him up. But Oya's got guts and heart. He doesn't back down even for a second. As the fight goes on, Oya unleashes his crazy power that totally rocks the battlefield. Those masked outcasts can't keep up with him, and in the end, he ultimately proved himself that he's too much for the outcasts to handle. And now let's talk animation. It's off the charts. The raw intensity of the battle is right there on the screen. Every punch and kick is just mind-blowing in detail. The animators really killed it with this one. The choreography is on point too. Each character has their own unique fighting style, and it's like a visual feast for the eyes. And get this, the guy behind the fight choreography also did the epic Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki fight. The face-off between Oya and the masked outcast is definitely one for the books. It's a standout moment in Hitori no Shita the Outcast, and it will leave you with a lasting impression. Trust me, you won't forget this epic duel anytime soon. Entering our top 3, it's the most hyped and anticipated anime in the modern age. Jujutsu Kaisen, Yuji, and Todo vs Hanami. And it totally lives up to the hype because this anime is absolutely spectacular. Speaking of fights, that fight between Yuji, Todo, and Hanami was off the charts in the first season. Yuji was a beast, showing off his crazy physical prowess and teaming up with Sukuna's cursed energy for some mind-blowing attacks. And Todo's boogie-woogie technique was magical, dodging Hanami's strikes and landing some solid counterblows. Hanami wasn't holding back either, using his plant control to unleash some deadly vines and roots. But Yuji and Todo's teamwork was on point, coordinating their attacks like pros. And that black flash was the icing on the cake, dealing a massive hit to Hanami. But hold up, we can't even say who won because Gojo, who was miles away, swoops in and shows off his badass abilities. Jujutsu Kaisen is a true masterpiece when it comes to fights. The characters, the fights, the animation, everything is amazing, and season 2 is airing right now, and you know there'll be more mind-blowing fights coming our way. Obito vs Kakashi is here once again, and we have to partly thank the build-up for that. Builders ninjas at the top of their game, as well as having an entire mini-arc dedicated to their past. Not only is the battle a very well built-up one with an intense backstory and hype, it's also peak hand-to-hand combat in Naruto. The animation team spared no expense here, and the flurry of exchanges got encapsulated thanks to their hard work. Make no mistake though, the battle within Kamui is a feast for the eyes, and you'd be missing out if you didn't watch it. If there's a fight to watch the entire series of Naruto 4, in terms of animation and pace that is, this would surely be one of those. And that wraps up the video. Now, I want to hear from you. Which moment from this list is your favorite? Did I miss any awesome hand-to-hand combat scenes that you think should be included? Share your thoughts, and I'll catch you in the next video.